I want to share with you how I use Picfont to help me decorate some of my not so fabulous note packets that I've been using. Yeah, you can use Google Slides to make your PDFs and make them pretty in there and upload them. But if you want to work directly in Classkick and not work from Google Slides, then this is an option to do some decorative text. So my PDF right here is pretty bland and boring. This is the whole packet. This is in preview right now. That's my default PDF viewer, what I have it set to on my Mac, and it's kind of boring. So what I typically do is I open up my PDF, make sure I open in Adobe Acrobat Reader, because I think it copy and paste over more clearer than if you're copying and pasting from Preview or any other PDF program that you use. Because I do have one more, PDF Expert, but this is my fave for copying things over from. If I want to copy over some text because I still want to manipulate the text in Classkick, then I just highlight, copy, and paste. And that's just your plain old default Classkick text. But if you do want to still be able to move it around and kind of resize it or like shrink it up a little bit or change its blockage, then I'll do that. It just depends on my mood, how much time I have, whether I just copy and paste the notes, the text in the notes as an image, or I do it this style. And then from here, if I click on the little camera icon and I drag it over a example or a definition or a theorem or something, then I just go ahead and paste that over, and it's nice and clear. It copies and pastes over very, very clear from Adobe. And then the last thing I would do is I would want to decorate a little bit. So instead of the plain old boring headings that are on my notes, whatever bubble font that is, then I can go into Picfont and pick something a little more fancy. So you just go to picfont.com editor. And if you do go to picfont.com, you don't get directly to the editor. You get to this window, or I don't know, there's another window too, and that it sometimes pops up, but you do create a picture and then you get to this space. This is where the editing will be, and you can type your text in on the left hand side, or sometimes I even just copy and paste from Adobe. So maybe I want to have this heading here in there, so I'll do the Pythagorean theorem, go to Picfont and just paste it in. And then there's my fancy font. Now if you click on preview, it'll show you all the fonts. You don't have to guess and check what there are. If you take off the preview and you drop down, you can see all the fonts in there, but hit preview and then you'll see them. And I usually, for geometry class, I pick something geometric, but there are so many fonts to choose from. You just go, 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 go. Look at all those fonts. It just never ends. And you can change the color and you can put a border around and whatever, so you can just change to what you want. Like I said, I usually do something geometric, and let me see if I can find it. There it is. That's the one I usually use for geometry class because it looks very polygony to me, if that's a word. So and then you right click once you're happy and you copy. Right click, copy, or control click, command click, whatever you use to get that window open, and then you copy and then you paste, and look at that. Then you can just resize it and whatever. And so if you look at my notes, that Sokotoa at the top, that was from Picfont. The 8.3 notes heading right here, that was from Picfont. At the very end where the homework is, I have show your work. That was from Picfont. And just to give it a little decoration without having to redo all of my note packet. All these pictures I just kind of copied and pasted over from Adobe. Even that Sokotoa right there, let me see if I can find out what I picked. I don't even know what I picked, but I picked something that was see if I can find it. I don't really know. It's somewhere in there, but what I did was I picked the text that looked like that Sokotoa, and then I just changed the color to, I think, red or something like that, and then the border was black, or maybe it wasn't black, I don't really remember, but you can copy that over and then paste it in. So you can put all kinds of neat decorative text with color and stuff. You can even curve your text. Now it gets a little bit funky if you have this extra shadow on it, so you might want to get rid of the shadow if you're going to curve text because it looks weird, but you can play with that. And then lastly, in Picfont, they have these predetermined like models or pre-done models, text models. If you click on the T in the upper left corner, look at all those pre-done designs. That might have been where I got my Sokotoa from. I'm not really sure, but it's just amazing. So you can pick something that's pre-done and then go ahead and change the text. And the only thing that gets a little bit strange is if you curve your text and you have a border on it, it looks weird. So you just have to be careful. Yeah. So anyway, Picfont is amazing. It works with Classkick amazingly, and it copies and pastes over. Super awesome, without having to do any word art in another program. So I hope you fall in love with it as much as I have, and it helps to make your basic Classkick assignments more attractive.